can get through anything, okay? And at that moment, I knew my life would change forever. Hello, how you doing? Yes. Can we all just stand up really quick because we've been sitting for a minute? Can we all stand up, move our legs around? I am Tina. Otherwise...
Meet Tina, stars Tina Wilson, a beacon of hope and transformation for women over 40. As a licensed life and health coach, Tina specializes in empowering those who have faced life's toughest challenges.
So when someone says, Tina, how did you do? I'm going to say, I had it at the end of their seat.
Drawing from her personal triumphs over tragedy, Tina guides women on a transformative journey. Her unique approach is grounded in the 5 pillars of transformation: mindset, heart set, nutrition, fitness, and resilience. Tina's mind, body, and soul awakening program isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. Through her online fitness boutique studio, she merges physical well-being with emotional growth. As an international motivational speaker, Tina's voice resonates across continents. She inspires and educates through her podcast, her dynamic presence on platforms like Clubhouse and Toastmasters International, and her compelling storytelling. Celebrating her latest achievement, the publication of her first book, No More Traumedy, Tina continues to leave a lasting mark in the art of transformation.
I said I need to make a book for anyone who's had some type of trauma or tragedy, because there's no playlist. People don't like to talk about it. Remember, I was with my coach and I'm like, well, this person's got a cool thing. They do motivation. They do finances. I talk about trauma. That's not cute. He's like,
every one of you. You're in Breakfast with Champions. My favorite morning show.
Stars Tina.
Before we get started, I just want to give some good mornings to everyone that's here. It is Monday morning, and I am so excited. So, champions, first of all, if you did not know, we have a Facebook page. When is the last time you got on the Facebook page? And if you have not already done so, let's just share this room out. I see Carla in the building. And don't forget, you can actually have an opportunity to come up on the stage. And if you want to be a part of the community, everyone is welcome. So good morning, Regina, looking so beautiful. I see Elke, I see River, I see Oe, Tom, Renee, Don, 2 Renees up there, Chima, Coach. Hello to each and every one of you. So as I mentioned, we do have a Facebook page, and that's what Breakfast with Champions is about. It's all about community. Everyone has community, right? And some of the community, they're speakers, they're podcasters, they're entrepreneurs, they're moms, they're teachers. Good morning, Bella. How are you, girlfriend? Today, we are going to be talking about vision, your life, happiness, joy, all that great stuff. I am Stars Tina, otherwise known as Tina. And if this is your first time hearing my voice, do me a favor, put an emoji in the chat. If you're watching me on replays or live, do me a favor, put some emojis in the chat and tell me where you are from. I know that Bella is in Georgia. Let's see, Coach Kelly. Where are you from, Coach Kelly? Let me know what part of the world you are in. I am currently living in Tampa, Florida. And can I tell you guys, the weather is a bit confusing for me. It is definitely confusing me. I'm a Jersey girl all the way. And usually, well, not usually, it's cold in New Jersey right now, right? And I just came back from New Jersey and I wasn't going to bring my coat back. I was like, I don't need a coat. But it was freezing when I was on my way to the airport. So I wore my coat. And I get here and there was like one day where it was cold. It was like 42 degrees. And I'm like, okay, girl, but that was just for a few minutes. So I went out and I bought a couple of long sleeve shirts and sweaters. And yesterday, the past 2 days, it's like I get out and I've got this sweater on and I'm like, it's 70 something degrees. So I'm struggling a little bit with this weather thing. Usually in New Jersey, we layer up. Well, here I layer up and then take off. But I want to know where you are from. Let's see, Colorado Springs. Okay, Renee, Daytona Beach. I know where St. Pete is. Yes. Daytona Beach, no idea. But welcome each and every one of you. As you guys know, we have an event coming up in February. It's called Creative Con. You can find the link. I'm sure someone's going to drop it in the chat. It's definitely on our Facebook group. Again, it's all about building community here. If you want to be a better person, a better mom, a better human, a better coach, a better teacher, a better boss, employee, whatever, this is the place you want to be. Because first of all, anyone who gets up this early in the morning, they have to have a lot of energy, right? They have to have some spunk. They have to want better for themselves. Otherwise, they'd still be in bed, right? Thank you, Coach Kelly, for putting that link in the chat. But as I mentioned, today we're talking about vision boards. And if you click that link at the top, you're going to see all about the event that I'm talking about. I have been doing vision boards for over 11 years. Do me a favor. If you've ever done a vision board, if you've ever heard of a vision board, drop an emoji, your favorite one. I need this to be an interactive conversation. Drop an emoji if you've ever done a vision board. I know a lot of people who are like, those aren't real. They don't work. And I'm like, really? Open your mind. I was in the 4 a.m. BWC room this morning. I don't know who the host was. And she was talking about different cultures. She's doing a series. So if you're interested in this, jump into her space. And she was sharing how different cultures believe in certain things. And if you totally believe something, guess what? It's going to come true. It's going to happen. Marilyn put passion to profit. Thank you, Renee. The 21st to the 23rd in Chicago. Health Well said she heard of it. Coach Kelly, Bella, who else heard of vision boards? She says they work. I'm going to give about 2 or 3 people an opportunity to share because I want to hear from you how vision boards have impacted your life. So it doesn't have to be an actual board, even though you can do boards. That's how I actually started. You can make a box. You can have a photo album. You can have a video on your phone. That's what I did last year. You can have a digital one, right? But what you do is with this vision board is you write down the things that you want to do this year or the person you want to be. My very first vision board, God bless her soul, Antoinette, she was a high school friend of mine. She invited me 12 years ago to her home. That's how I found out about vision boards. A few days before Thanksgiving, she passed away. And I was like, wow, the impact that had for me. One, we went to high school together. So she's the same age of me, same age as I am. So that kind of struck home. And she introduced this to me, which changed not only my life, my daughter's life, my family's life, anyone who's been around me. Because when I was at her event, she had a lot of ladies there. She was a teacher at the time. And I looked around the room and I really didn't have that many girlfriends. I mean, people use that word friends very lightly. We like to say family around here, friends, associates, and family, friends, family, associates, family, right? And on my vision board, I cut out pictures of women because I wanted to have a community of women. And guess what? I have a beautiful community of women now. So when you write it down, you see it all the time, but it's very important. She would always say this, you have to write down only what you want in that photo, because she said there was a woman and she wanted like to be in a great relationship with a man. And she had put a photo up, but there was a dog, a big dog in the photo that took up most of it. And the woman ended up getting a dog, right? So you have to realize what you're focusing on. Health Wells, I saw you say that they work. Would you like to share your experience of how vision boards work for you? And then Bella, if not, Bella, I see your hand. Go ahead and unmic, Bella. Maybe Health is a little busy.
Okay, I'll yield to the queen. First of all, shalom, BWC. I'm loving this, Starstina, and for me, it was in 2010, and I got to be transparent, right, Starstina? I kind of laughed it off, because back then, Maryland, I really wasn't into it. What I mean by that, it was a group of circle of friends. I have many different circles, right, Starstina? We had a party, and so I have a girlfriend who I admire. She was my mentor at the time. Her name is Polly. She was a consultant for IBM, and she had 12 of us, so I kind of went. She said, bring your magazines, right? Da-da-da-da-da. Got there 3 hours later, crying. It was like a girl circle. You know what I'm saying, Sartina? And I actually focused. They helped me because I was the new kid on the block. They had been doing this annually, but I didn't believe in it. But trust and believe. What I'm saying is it worked. I picked out the pictures, right? I did affirmations and everything, but 2 came alive. What am I saying? You got to believe, Sartina. It was pretty cool. And she does it every year for the last 10 years. Back to you, Queen.
I love it. Thank you. And it's funny to hear you say you're a new kid on the block, Bella, because you're so seasoned right now. It's beautiful. I love her. If you guys don't know Bella, make sure you go and follow her. If you're speaking, you're muted. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes, I was muted. Apologies. I was saying it's funny to hear Bella say she was a new kid on the block because she's so seasoned and wonderful right now. If you don't know her, make sure you go and follow Bella. We're talking about vision boards. And if you click the link at the top, December 21st, it's on a Saturday, I am having a virtual vision board event. Now, I used to do them just once a year, but a couple years ago, I needed a little more fine tuning because whenever I would write my vision board or do it together, I always start way before the new year. A lot of people do them in January. I start the end of November, beginning of December. So for example, right now, I'm already working on my one for next year. So what would happen to me is January, I would have a lot of the stuff already done, already completed on my vision board. So I decided to do them every quarter. So this is Q4 of our vision boards. And this particular one, I needed a stretch. I needed to surround myself with people that were going to stretch me. So we have speakers. And if you look at the link and you see who's coming, I really stretched myself. Like I was scared when I asked for the speakers. Each week, now when you sign up, the cool thing about this vision board, guys, it's not just the day of the event, but leading up to it, you're going to get a whole lot of goodies. For example, spirituality is one of the topics that we're focusing on. And Renee, if you can help me start putting them on the board. So I'm going to tell you all 7 of the topics that we're covering. And I believe Glenn Lundy goes over these when we talk about life. And we're only going to cover 3 of them today. But again, I want to hear from you. The first topic that we're speaking about in the event is spirituality. And I did a live with Pastor Jeff already. So if you want to watch it on the replays, you can roll over to my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and you can hear all about spirituality. We're going to be talking about business and I'll be well, you can see at the top who's going to be speaking about that. We have Ramon Ray coming through, who I respect so much. I've learned so much from, and he's actually doing a room on his YouTube channel about branding your business to grow it. I'm going to repost it. He did a notification. It's the 19th he's doing it. And I was like, ooh, this is going to be good. Morning, Shay. After business, another topic that we're going to be talking about is community. We have my girl, Angeline Moore, coming through. She's also hosting the event with me. Elevate Your Business. This is a brand that her and I together created last year. And every quarter this year, we've been doing events. Right? We had an in-person last week. It was amazing. Community. That is how you're going to grow. I like to say collaboration. What collaborations do you have going for next year? I've already started it, guys, and I'm so excited. After community, we're going to be talking about money. The person who's speaking on money is Toyin Crandall. She's been on here a few times. Energy out the wazoo. She's going to be teaching you how to shift your money mindset for the new year. So again, if you want to change your mindset, if you want to change your money mindset, make sure you sign up for the event. It's happening Saturday, December 22nd. You want to upgrade to the VIP so you can get all the extra goodies. The other topic after money, we're going to be talking about relationships. Woo! Can I tell you, I'm so excited about the person leading this topic, Dr. Della Toro. I was introduced to him last year. Well, heard about him. Ramon said, Tina, have you heard of this person? And I started following him. He wrote an amazing book and he talks about, he's like, Tina, my main thing is in relationships. I get that. But when I hear him speak, he talks about that a lot. Relationships, whether it's your mother, your father, your friends, your family, it's so important. So that's another topic that we're talking about. Go ahead.
Tina,
yes,
from Tampa. And I got to hear him about 5 years ago before he got popular.
Really?
Yeah. He came to a little, church. I went to Unity Church up the block from me. And when I'm in the group, I'm going to ask him if he remembers coming there. But it was about 5 years ago. Gosh, maybe 6 now. But yeah, before he made it big, he was just doing like the little church circuit. And so I've always just followed him since then. He is amazing. I just wanted to.
I love that. And,
amazing.
Yes. And you know, Marilyn, that goes back to putting out into the universe what you want. Him, along with Lisa Nichol. These are speakers that I wanted to speak, that I wanted to meet, that I wanted to connect with, right? Lisa Nichols, I always wanted to just hear her. This year, I had the opportunity of not only hearing her speak, but being in her community, meeting her, partying with her. Dr. Della Toro, when I heard him speak, I'm like, wow, he's amazing. I want to meet him. And guess what? He's a speaker at my event. Personal development, Lord of mercy. Lamar Tyler, what can I tell you? I'm a part of his community, Traffic, Sales, and Profit. He's going to be speaking about personal development. He has a community that's like no other. He's got a special group on School that is an app. And can I tell you, it's wild because I'm not going to say when you think you know it all, when you think you know a lot, there's so much more to learn, right? He had someone the other day, he has 7 or 6 different sessions, and the session was about health and wellness, mental health and wellness, right? And I'm like, I'm good. Not to say I didn't need to hear it, but I learned so many new gems. And then the other day they were talking about physical health. Again, it's not a matter of not knowing, but being reminded. So those are some of the topics. I see PJ in the building. PJ, would you like to share before I get to PJ? Welcome to me, Shireen, Jazin, Ahmed. I see you guys have pink tickets. Make sure you come up to the stage and join the club. Lauren, welcome, whether it's 1 year or 2 years. But PJ, would you like to unmic and share a little bit about Toastmasters and spirituality? Because we're going to just cover it all today. Go for it, PJ, if you're able to chat.
Well, thank you, Grand Rising PWC champions. We'll first share about the Toastmasters International, our Toastmasters Club, the BWC Toastmasters Club. We are in process of getting members. We need you to sign up. We absolutely need you to sign up. Stars Tina will give you the WhatsApp connection. And Toastmasters, if you think of programs like John Maxwell, even Lisa Nichols, that Stars Tina has mentioned, the thing about it is those are very good programs. However, there's no programs for leadership, communication, and networking that's more affordable than Toastmasters. It's literally $10 a month. You learn things like being able to be comfortable, overcome your limiting beliefs, the fear of speaking. You learn how to write speeches. You learn leadership principles. And we're going to do that here in BWC. And the one thing that we all do, because this is an audio app, is that we speak. Some people use filler words when they speak. They don't know how to pause to gather their thought, or to pause for effect, or to change the fluctuation of their voice or the cadence of their voice so that their speech is very interesting and pull people in. So those are some of the things that you're going to learn. I just use a filler word, which was so. It's kind of crazy, Stars Tina. Once you learn about it, your subconscious mind will tell you when you use a filler word and you start to use them less. Now, what we're going to talk about at the retreat, at the summit, how dare we call it a retreat? At the summit, your Vision Board Summit, we're going to talk about how to triumph in your spirituality. And triumph, I'll tell you the T and I'll tell you the H, but you're going to have to come to the summit, get the VIP to get the rest of it. The T is for trust. Trust in yourself, my friend. Trust the process that you're going through. A lot of people don't want to trust the process they're going to because sometimes the process doesn't feel good. And trust the guidance of your higher power. You got to trust the guidance of your higher power. Otherwise, you're going to go with your feelings and your emotions. And sometimes those things lie to you. I'm going to tell you, feelings and emotions are good. I always thank them, but I always have to validate them. And then the H in the triumph is going to be hope. If you don't have no hope, my friends, I don't know. Those that subscribe to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we need hope. We absolutely need hope. And without hope,
thank you so much.
Lost. All right,
Pastor Jeff, when I think of hope, Lord Jesus, I've been doing it all day. I'm talking and talking. When I think of hope, Pastor Jeff, I think of help one person every day. That's what I think of. Now, for those of you that sign up today, I'm going to be giving out one VIP ticket. VIP tickets are currently $47. They will be going up the end of the week. So if you want to be in the running for today's opportunity to win a free ticket, make sure you sign up. So as I mentioned, one of the topics we're talking about is spirituality. The second topic we're going to be talking about is community, and that's where we are right now. So if anyone wants to share, I'm going to read what Health wrote in the chat, unless she wants to share her story about her vision board. If not, I will read what she wrote there. Alrighty. So Health wrote, I kind of like what I saw her put. She said, I use vision boards for business and recreation for celebrity clients I want to work with, places I want to travel and live. And she said, so far, every celebrity she's put on her list, she met except for one. I would love to hear the celebrities, but I'm thinking she's probably getting dressed. It's early in the morning, right? So someone unmic. Carla, I would love to hear if there's something on your list that you wrote that came true. If so, unmic and share. Otherwise, I'm going to move on.
I'll share one thing.
Go for it.
I haven't done full vision boards. That's why I'm excited to do it. But I've done things, printed out a picture for this, or wrote this, or I did it in different ways. But my brother does vision boards. My son does vision boards. And I've always done like vision things. Not a whole board, but things I went. But for instance, one came true. I remember I was driving by my apartment where I live now, like, 2 years before I lived there. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cute. I'd live there. So when I was looking to move back from Tampa back to St. Pete after spending my year there, I looked at hot pads and that apartment was open. And this was the time in St. Pete you couldn't get an apartment. Like there were 10 people on a wait list. They wanted you to pay it. Like it was just crazy. It was so hard to just get an apartment. So I printed out the apartment. I wrote it down every day 10 times I was going to live there. I drove by it. I visioned how I was going to set up my furniture. And they called me and said, out of all the 10 people who applied, we really wanted you to fill out the application further. You'd be a good fit, blah, blah, blah. So, but now I'm excited to do a whole board because if that can come through, what else can come?
Yes. And that is so true. And you know what's so wild, Mary Lynn? Sometimes you put it on your list and you totally forget. We did a video. Well, I didn't do a video. Steve Harvey has a video. Go on YouTube. Renee, put it in the link if you can. And he talks about the 300 list. And Habakkuk 2:2 says, make a vision, write it down, make it clear, something like that. And Steve Harvey talks about writing down a 300 list of things that you want. And he said, there's no one he knows that is successful that does not have a list. There's no one he knows that doesn't have written down or a picture of something that they want. Some people have it in their phone. Some people have it on the refrigerator. And I wrote on my vision board list that I wanted to move to Florida. I wrote that in December and I was like, what? And I was looking the other day. I'm like, wow, that's actually there. So these things actually work when you put them out there. You may forget. Carla, would you like to share your experience on vision boards? If so, on mic, go. If not, I'm going to continue. Go for it. I hear somebody. Yeah. You got to move quicker, Carla. Go ahead, Health.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to find the mute button. Actually, I had school to sign up for school on my vision board. And guess what? Today, I am signing up for school officially. I thought I would never be able to go back to school. And now I get to really get back into school and do what I love, computers.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And not only that, family and friends, this woman you hear on here, when she first began, she wouldn't get on screen. She wouldn't talk. This Saturday, we had such a fun room. We did a Toastmasters game where you got to share your story, and Carla did phenomenal. Health, did you want to share? I saw you on mic. If so, go for it.
Good morning. Hopefully y'all can make out what I'm saying. My voice is a little shot, but Les Brown, Lisa Nichols, Joe, Lonzo, Tracy Morning, just to name a few. I can't list everyone. I got girls that I work with, so that's the only person that's been on my list that I really, truly
wanted to work with, but unfortunately, when I had the opportunity, my schedule and his schedule didn't align. But yes, that was the only ghost on my vision board. I'm a big believer in using it, especially for business as well as recreation. Back to you.
I love it. Thank you. Something else you may want to do. I'm doing this 40-day prayer challenge. Draw the circle. And the other day, one of the journals was talking about praying big, asking God for big things. And if you can see my screen, you see here prayer challenge. I'm sorry, draw the circle. And each day he does a little story and shares things, but pretty much praying big, thinking bigger, thinking of things that you never imagined, right? Those scary, hairy things. So community is what we're talking about. As I mentioned, Angeline Moore is going to be talking about that. Breakfast with Champions is one of my favorite communities. You're in, you're out, you have to do what's best for you. And I do want to thank Bella and Adrian for signing up for the event. The last topic I want to talk about today that's very important for vision boards is your health and wellness. Now, it doesn't have to be a number on the scale. I know us ladies, we tend to, I want to be X amount of pounds. Forget about the number on the scale, especially if you're over 50, especially over 50. How do you feel, right? How do you feel in your clothes? And I'm just going to give you a tip right here. Stop trying to, men as well. Stop trying to squeeze into clothes that don't fit you. They're only going to make you look even bigger, right? You may have been a 7'8" or 5'6" or whatever, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And yes, you can get back to that size, but get bigger sizes, because what tends to happen is you're going to look crazy. You're going to be uncomfortable, first of all, right? So that's the first tip when it comes to, fitting clothes that fit your body. But I'm going to be talking about health and wellness, the holistic mindset, mental clarity, all those great things. And today I wanted to share something that I learned in Lamar Tyler's group about sleeping. Is there anyone in this chat that has trouble sleeping? Let me see in the chat or hear. Do you have trouble going to sleep or staying asleep or anything like that? If so, I'm going to help you out with that today. So for me, I never had issues sleeping, and I could never understand it. I'm like, my daughter would always have issues, and I'm like, just lay there. Because I would work so hard, by the time it got time for me to go to sleep, I would just pass out. So it's an acronym that I'm going to go over, and this acronym is NAP, N-A-P. And I'm scrolling back because this is something that I just thought of to say at the top of my head. And I know I gave you guys notes on this N. So if you guys can unmic and say N. N, thank you. So when I say N, when it comes to sleeping, you have to say no to certain things. For example, no to the coffee. You don't want to have coffee at night. It's going to keep you up, right? No to the blue light. At a certain time, say, I'm not going to be on my phone anymore. I'm not going to watch TV. I'm not going to be on my iPad. If you didn't know, God made this world so beautifully. Like when the sun comes up, guess what? That's when we're supposed to get up, even though most of us in this room get up before the sun comes up. But when the sun goes down, what's supposed to happen? We're supposed to go down as well. And the blue light in our phone, the blue lights in our computer, that's like the sun. It keeps us up. So if you're looking at it all the time, it's going to keep you awake. She said your bedroom should be used for only 2 things, and they both begin with S. What do you think they are? Anyone have an idea? The 2 things that should only happen in your bedroom that begin with an S? 1.
Sleep and sex.
Exactly. Sleep and sex. That's the only thing that should happen in your bedroom. They were talking about the Chinese, I don't know if it was medicine, but feng shui, no clutter under your bed, because if you're sleeping on top of clutter, your body's going to feel this clutter. So do not have clutter under your bed. Also, the temperature of your room should be a little chilly. I don't know. I don't really like that one too much, but that's what the N stands for. You have to say no to certain things. Make your room a temple. So when you walk in, eventually your body automatically knows this is where I sleep or have sex. Either one. Don't have your computer in there. Don't have your phones in there. Okay, maybe have an alarm. Get an alarm clock, whatever. But if you're having issues sleeping, what does your room look like where you're actually going to bed, right? All right, the next one is A. Let me hear you scream out A. Okay. And forgive my low energy and voice. I'm not putting it out there. I'm a little under the weather today. I wasn't even going to go live. But the A stands for appropriate amount of sleep. And some of you are probably saying, well, how much sleep do I have? Some people will say 8 hours, 9 hours, 7 hours. It varies on each person. And the way you can figure that out is for 3 days, take an average, look at the time you go to bed, don't set an alarm, and naturally get up. And whatever the amount of hours is that you slept when your body naturally gets up, that's the amount of hours that your body needs. If I had to give you a number, I would say at least 7 hours. Some people say, well, I only need 5. Well, you need a little bit more than that. So the A stands for appropriate time. So between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., your body releases and makes melatonin naturally, right? Some people take the melatonin to help them go to sleep, but your body will naturally do this if you're in a REM sleep between 10 and 2. All right, the next letter is P. Let me hear you scream out, P. Thank you. Prepare and plan. So you want to have a routine at night. Maybe you get some Palo Santo. Maybe you have some lavender. Maybe you spray lavender on your pillow. You want to prepare. You also want to have positivity, right? End your night with positivity. This is something I'm going to do for the new year. Some people journal. I heard someone say they have a jar, and next to their bed, every night they write down one thing they're grateful for, one thing that happened great. And then the following year, they empty out the jar and read them all. So I think that is so cool. And that's what I'm going to do as well. So to wrap up this nap that I just mentioned, the N stands for say no to certain things when it comes time to go to bed. And maybe you have that person that you talk to on the phone. You know, you do your boo talking at night. Sorry, boo, I got to go to sleep, right? A stands for appropriate amount of sleep, and P stands for prepare and plan. So very, very good. As I mentioned, today we're talking about vision boards. You click the link at the top. You can make your way to the event. I want to thank all of those that signed up. As I mentioned, I am Stars Tina, your life and health coach, that person that's going to take you from good to great to amazing. This week, this moment, we're talking all about those vision boards. And if you didn't know, a couple weeks ago, I launched my third book, Trauma Do You Know More for Kids. It was not on my vision board, but it's something that God, the Holy Spirit, downloaded for me to do this year. And perhaps you'll have your board, but then there's other things you may do. You may shift things around, but you have to start somewhere. So I did mention, I do want to thank Belle. I believe she did an upgrade to the VIP. Okay, Belle. Okay. That's what I talk about, support, right? Support. And looks like Adrian, I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute to sign up. As I mentioned, when you click the link, I'm doing a raffle. Maurice, welcome to the stage, Maurice. I'm out of here. Maria, good to see you, girlfriend. And as I mentioned, when you sign up, you not only get the goodies from the day of the event, but leading up to them, we're going to be giving you different things. Lastly, before I get out of here, for your vision board, you want to have a word of the year. My word is intentional. Everything I do is intentional. You want to have a theme. You want to have a song. You might want to have a Bible verse. All right. Wow.
Hey, Star.
Yes, go.
You've got a surprise.
What's the surprise?
What we're going to do, you see in the chat I put in, I've been blessed with some Shure microphones. And what we're going to do is on the day of the event, you're going to pull a raffle for those who are there. And somebody is going to win the Shure MV7 Plus podcast mic. Sounds just like the Shure SM7.
Pastor Jeff, can't you just pretend you didn't say that and just give it to me? Like, can't we pretend you didn't?
No, we're not. No, you can't. It's not for you. This is going to be a raffle. You're going to pull somebody's name out. It's $269 on Amazon right now. It comes with the stand. It will work with your iPhone. It will work. It's time to wrap up.
Yes, we are wrapping up. Let me give the winner.
We'll share more of it after.
I love it. I love it. All righty. So the winner of our upgrade, as I do my raffle here, Adrian. Congratulations, Adrian. You're getting the upgrade. Please DM me on Instagram. Throwing it over to you, Mary Lynn. Bye, everyone. See you next week.
There you go. Sorry, Pat.